Hello, good morning. It's Wednesday. I know we're a little bit early this morning. Normally we're super late at night, aren't we? 8:30. But we're trying, well, I'm trying early morning because it was getting a bit late when I was getting in from our 8:30 lives. So I'm going to trial doing some during the day, and it just means I can do some bigger projects because I've got a few things I want to do. Some bigger projects that means we haven't really got any time restrictions, so we can just go for it. So hopefully they'll work, because you can always catch up afterwards. I know it's not quite the same as having a chat, but I know you can. They're always there. They're always going to be there on Facebook and YouTube for you to catch up on later. So I had a few little glitches, but it does look like YouTube is working now. So today we are talking about the wonderful world of ATCs. There we go. Right, we're all sorted now. I've got everything. Well, I shouldn't say that, should I? Touch wood. We're all working. So we are talking about ATCs. For those of you who don't know what ATCs are, they are artist trading cards. They are, let me just grabbed a handful out of my little pot that I've got full of them. They are tiny little cards. And originally these were used by artists. You know, when the big houses had paintings and portraits done, artists used to do little cards this size as like a showcase of what they could do. So they would go around all the big houses delivering little artist trading cards and showing their work. So if one of the houses wanted a portrait painting, then they knew who to call and it would have all their details on the back. So that was years and years ago. These days we do it for fun. So we create our ATCs and we swap them. We never sell ATCs, but we do swap them, and that's what we've got going on in our group at the moment. So if you want to have a go at ATCs and join in our swap, head on over to the Crafty Roos and you've got all the details there of how to join September's swap. So should we get going? Oh, actually I'm going to show you, it'll be easier to show you on the overhead, won't it? A couple of the ATCs I've got in my hand. So let me go to that one, I think it is. No, I've never got the right ones in the right places. Nope, that's me again. There we go. Right, we're back. So these are just a couple I have picked out of my pot. Morning, Mum. And you can see here, they are 3.5 inches by 2.5, and they're just wonderful little bits of work. So that one's been done by Sean. Some of these are super old as well, so January 2021. I went and just grabbed a handful. That one is just beautiful, isn't it? That one's been done by Pauline. That one's been done by Sue, 2020. That one goes back to. We've got Claire. That one's not got a date on it. And then we've got Tracy, 2020. I was going to say that looks like one of Mum's. When's that one from? 2021. That's one of Rosie's. Now looking at the handwriting on that one and how she spelled August, I think that is quite an old one. We've got C. Robbins. That was 2007. No, 2017. No, we've not got there yet, have we? Yeah, 2017. And then finally we've got one by Susan as well. So you can see they are beautiful and they just make me smile. They are lovely. I do need a better way of displaying them because at the moment they're in a tub and I just go and have a quick wander through. But yeah, really, really cute. Little ways of either trying a new technique or just showcasing some of your work. And everybody is welcome to join our swap. That one goes that way, doesn't it? There we go, but you can go either way. Yep, so that's just some inspiration. So in front of me, what I've done is, this is how I normally start, unless I'm using, we have an ATC polyplate. If I'm using an ATC polyplate, I will cut my ATC piece up and then stamp the polyplate on it. I'm not going to use that today. So what I normally do is, because I like to create 2 or 3 of the same, so I have cut a strip of card, so it's A4 in length and it's 3.5 inch because that is the height of your ATC, so 3.5 by 2.5, and you'll see I'll get quite a few out of this strip of card. Now, the theme for this month's ATC swap is autumn. So I have just grabbed a couple of autumnish colours, because it could be you're using autumn colours, it could be autumn stamps, it could be autumn words, anything like that. Anything goes when it comes to the theme. You just run with it, whatever it means to you. So what does autumn mean? So to me, it's about colour, so that's where I'm starting with. So I have got a bit of fossilised amber, carved pumpkin and tea dye. So you can see where I'm going with this. I'm going to start off with a beautiful coloured background. So I'm going to cheat today. I'm hoping my desk is as clean as it looks. Well, it never looks clean, to be fair, does it, my desk? Just realised I've knocked that something rotten. You're all squiff. Okay. Hopefully that made it a bit better. So I'm going to pop this on my desk. So this is my fossilised amber. Always start with your palest one. Then I'm going to give that a quick spritz, because I just love the colours of autumn. And we're just going to splat this through our... I am cheating because I'm picking it up as well to make sure it's going where I want it to go. But because I'm doing such a large space, I've put it on my desk. I haven't got it on a piece of acetate today. Right, so check that out. That already starts to look autumny, doesn't it? Just had a mass panic then I couldn't find my kitchen roll, but I can. And if you're using your oxides, you could do this with your inks as well. Just make sure between every single layer you seal it. So make sure you get your heat gun out. Oh, we've got a bit of blue on this one. That would be from... well, I was going to say from Monday night, but it won't, because it's what I was playing with yesterday. I just want to make sure this is all nice and dry, so that when we put our next colour on, it doesn't all mix and merge. Nearly dry. And then I'm going to go to my next colour, which is the gorgeous carved pumpkin. You can't have an autumn theme and not use carved pumpkin, really, can I? There we go. Pop that one down. I'm not going to go as mad with it this time. I want areas of colour, not lots and lots like we did the first time round. So you'll notice I'm just pressing little bits. I'm not pressing the whole thing down. There we go. Let's pop a little bit there as well. Probably put way more than I needed down there, but... and then we're going to dry it off again. I do love carved pumpkin, it's such a lovely colour, and that, and with Villainous Potion as well, that makes a beautiful spooky background. There we go. Oops. There's that one, and then finally I'm going to use a little bit of this tea dye. You can tell I'm changing my mind, can't you? I might go for something a little bit darker. No, I'm going to stick with tea dye. I've started with it, and I'm going to stick to it. I was wondering whether we went a bit of ground espresso, but... And again with this one, I want less again, so I'm just going to pop little bits of... Look at that. I chose the right colour, didn't I? Again, I'm just picking bits and pieces of it up. And letting it run as well. If you want to be more picky, absolutely go grab your acetate and put your ink directly onto your acetate. But with this one, I'm just seeing where it ends up. Quite like that. I think I'm pretty much there with my background then. Well, with my coloured bit of my background. I should have shown you the stamps I've chosen as well. I've gone for some autumn themed stamps with this one. Because obviously ATC swap is autumn themed, so if you're wanting to join the swap, do hop over to the Crafty Roo group and you will find all the details to join in with the swap. Right, this time I do want it to be really dry. I opened my drawer of Angelina fibres yesterday by mistake. And it was like opening one of them can of worms. It's just kind of popped open everywhere. And so now I've got Angelina fibres everywhere. I meant to open my Brusho drawer, not my Angelina fibre drawer. I wasn't really paying attention when I turned around to look. So it was like when you know when you open those can of worms, go. Psh, that's what happened with my Angelina fibres. So every now and again I'm coming across, well, quite often I'm coming across little bits of sparkle. So I am quite liking this. I keep turning it that way, it's because it's got that blue bit there. I know I'm being really picky, you can hardly see it, but there's a tiny speck of blue Brusho there. I'm just being very, very picky. So the ones I've chosen to work with today, I have got my leaf border. I have got the autumn doodle words, and I've also got the autumn definition. So I'm going to start with that one. This will make a great little background. So we're going to build upon our layers of colour. Oops, it didn't want to come off its backing then. I just need a stamp base, which is always at the bottom of my pile of my stamps. Don't know how I managed that. There we go. So we've got our autumn, and then all I'm going to do with this, I'm going to go back to my first colour, which was my fossilised amber. I'm going to ink him up, and then we're going to stamp him all over. I was going to say I'll try and keep it nice and straight, but that didn't happen, did it? Went a bit skew-squiff, and I'm not really worried about this stamping properly or not. It's just to add a bit of texture in our background. We will stamp it again in a minute or two properly, but at the moment it's just about filling those backgrounds in. Not even inking it all properly, to be fair. And yes, they're overlapping. Not a problem either. One more, I think. Now it's decision time. are we going to? I'm thinking. And again, I'm at that point where I've got a picture in my head of what I want it to look like, but I haven't actually thought through how I'm going to do it. So I'm thinking this is going to come down the side like so. I think I'm going to stamp that in my tea dye. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put our autumn. I think it might be a bit too much. It is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that off there. We're just going to do a few in our orange, just to bring our colours together. Otherwise, I've jumped from yellow straight to my brown. I don't want to do that. I want to use all those gorgeous colours. I'm just going to wash off my stamp. Again, so I don't want as many of these because we've got lots and lots of autumn going on already. Oops, my finger stuck then. That one down there. I'm just looking for any little gaps I've got. It looks better, doesn't it, having the orange and the yellow on there. One last one, I think, just there. Right, quite happy with that background now. So let's get this. That was naughty, wasn't it? Spritzing near me open ink. Whew. The last thing you want to do is get your oxide wet like that. There we go. And just wipe any extra I've got off my table. So now, I think I need to cut up my ATCs, because now I want to start positioning. My background's looking lovely, but I want to start positioning my stamps. So this is where we're going to start chopping them up into individuals. Let me just put that back in there before I lose it. So let me grab my little guillotine. Move that out of the way as well. I did oh, actually, I've not dried it. So before I do anything else, let me just give it a quick dry. Alright, so I'm going to start doing other stuff to it and not realise it's still a little bit wet. There we go. That'll do. So, like I said before, our ATCs, I'll get them back for us. Our little bits of lovely artwork are 3.5 by 2.5. Yep. And they just, well, like I said before, they make me smile. They are just wonderful little bits of artwork. They do take probably about the same amount of time as a card would, a bigger piece of artwork, because you're doing all the same processes. There's one. There's two. 3. And 4, and I've got a little slither left over, which is why, if you notice, I didn't go all the way to the end. But I'm sure that might come in handy for something else. So I'm going to pop these down here, and I'm just going to start off with number 1. If you wanted to, you could keep it and do like a bigger one and then cut it down, but I want my a border stamp in a certain place, that's why I started to cut mine down at this point. So I'm just going to grab my border stamp. I'm going to need a big stamp base for it as well. So let me just find, do the poly mount for it, to be honest. There's one. Ooh. That stuck well to my desk, didn't it? So what I'm going to do with these is I want to pop, straighten out a little bit, I want to pop this down the side. Now bear in mind, when you're doing your ATCs, you might not want stuff overhanging too much. So I am planning to cut my leaf out. So at the moment it's going to come out to about here. So it's going to overhang a little bit. So I'm just going to move it in ever so slightly. Because I don't mind things overhanging, but if you want to put them in like the, you can get ATC cellophane bags and things like that, and you can get little envelopes for them. So if you're wanting to do that, make sure nothing overhangs. But if you're not really bothered, then go for it. Let a few bits hang over. Right. So I'm not going to go for black because this is going to be in my background still. I'm going to go back to my lovely tea dye because I want this to be all our texture we've got on this stamp. I'm just going to ink that up. I haven't quite decided where I'm stamping it yet, but I know I want the leaf basically. Turn it around that way. It's going to go, morning Maxine, gonna go about here I think. Get a nice press, and I'm going to do all three, 4. Don't know why I've got 3 in my head. It's because we normally do 3s in the group. If for the swap you want to do more, absolutely go for it. If you just want to do 3, no problem either. But again, all the details for that are in our Crafty Roo's group. If I hold that up, oops, it's like a slippery fish, it doesn't want to go. Now at the moment that's not looking like much, but it will, it will. So I'm going to move that to one side. I'm going to get my ink again. So I think doing it this way is probably the quickest way to do your ATCs if you're going to do a batch of them. Or you can do them all individually, which I love doing that because either hair, it uses up your scrap. And you know I've always got a massive scrap box on the go. I'll do anything to use up all my scrap. Right, that is going to go, oops, there. Maxine's halfway through hers already. To be fair, I like working with them because they're just little pieces and you can try different techniques out on them and things, and I think that's wonderful. There you go. Or sometimes people will do something on an ATC that they're swapping with you and you think, oh wow, how have they done that? And it makes you go and try and find out, because we'll talk about what goes on the back of your ATC in a minute, but you know, some people are right on what they've used. Other times it's that fun, isn't it, finding out what they've used or experimenting. So I'm going to put that one down here as well. Dun, dun, dun. I think slowly as I've gone on they've moved further and further across. And you can put as much work into them as you want. That one. This is where you wish I had a speed up button, isn't it? You're stamping the same one over and over. I know. But I want to show you they really don't take much time, unless you're going into lots and lots of detail, and then they might. They're just fun. And there's nothing better than getting your ATCs, your swaps back through the post and seeing other people's work. And there we go, so that's my 4 done. So I'm going to pop them to one side. I need to clean my desk because I've got little brown bits everywhere. And you just know I'm going to end up with them everywhere else. And then I need to clean off my stamp as well because it was oxide. I know, it's the only time you ever see me cleaning a stamp, isn't it, when I've used my oxides. Or brush out, to be fair. I've used my brush out for stamping with. I might stamp it an extra few times with a bit of extra water just to make sure I've got the colour out of it. Right, so this time I want my black ink. I'm going to have to take my jumper off. I had to put the heating on this morning, it was chilly in here. And I said I bet I'm going to end up regretting that. Right. So this time I want to dry that off a bit better. Very dirty, that bit. When I picked it up, it's like, yeah, that's not clean. This time, I literally want a little leaf that's going in the middle, because the rest is going to be our background, and this guy, we're just going to decoupage on top, or cut out and stick on top. So I'm going to do 4 of these ones. I thought it was going to warm up, actually, Maxine, and then... Well, no, I actually thought it was really warm until I stepped outside. It was like, nope. Even Bear came back in for his big thick. He's got like a school fleecy. And he was just going to take his raincoat. And then he's like, nope, I need my fleecy. I was like, right. Which, most of you know Bear, he only ever wears shorts. And he only ever normally wears his t-shirt. But nope, he needed his fleecy today. It was that cold, even with sun out. Gonna need a bit more white card, but that's okay. To be fair, the sky went really dark as well, so I thought it was going to rain, but it seems to be doing okay because people are out cutting the grass. There we go. Oops, have I done this one too close? Nope, we should be okay if I do that. There's that one. So that's 3 of them. I need 1 more. Oh, excuse me. I know I've still got that croaky voice. Not seen this one before. It was one from last year. It does match if you've got the leaf doodles from probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It does match that one. So if I was organised, I'd have found my little leaf doodles, and then I'd only be inking up the leaf. But you know, I wasn't that organised. To be fair, I did have a look when I realised that's what I wanted to do. I think it's actually still on offer on the website. I've not taken the offer off it. I'll say that again. I don't think I've taken the offer off it yet. I will do then. Everything got a little bit busy over the summer, so I'm still playing catch up. I think because it was nice weather last week, Mr. Roo decided we had to paint the house. To be fair, it needed doing. The bricks needed sealing. And it's the only time we've had a chance to do it because of how bad the weather's been. Oops, that got hot. There we go. So painting time. I'm sticking to my same colours. I've got my autumn colours and I'm sticking to them. So I'm going to start off with my fossilised amber. I'm going to need quite a bit of that. So there we go. Now, did I clean my brush out? No, I didn't. Don't be a silly Billy. I was working on something yesterday and it definitely didn't work. So I had a bit of a huff, which is why my brush is pink. Forgot to clean it out. Well, no, it did work until I dropped a load of ink where it wasn't supposed to be. There was no coming back from it. Normally I'd try and save it, but no, definitely no coming back from that one. So we're just going to paint this. Now remember, I'm using oxides here. So if you go over your black line, it is going to just add a bit of a chalky effect to it. I'm not doing big posh painting, I am just dragging colour towards that centre line. I don't want it big and posh, I want it... Oh. I want it to look a bit rough and ready, distressed, fun. So again, I'm just trying to avoid them black lines. I have actually got polyplates as well if you wanted to use polyplates to go with this stamp. I didn't do very well avoiding the black lines then, did I? I think sometimes, because we've got such a busy background going on, sometimes it's nice to just have a little bit of white in the painting as well, you know, like around the black lines and stuff. Again, it's all about making your eye jump to certain places, isn't it? To be fair, we could probably get away with just doing them yellow. But I've got carved pumpkin and I really want to use it. It is one of them colours that, when I remember it's there, it does become my favourite for a while. Especially around autumn. There we go. You can kind of see that's going to jump out from our background, isn't it? There we go. Some might say worst painting in the world. I think it looks okay. Right, I'm going to use my orange. I'm just going to add a little bit of orange to it. So make sure I'm nowhere near that one, my puddle. My orange is going over here. I've done that before, put an ink pad down on top of my water puddle. Yes, I wasn't a happy bunny when I did that. So again, we're just adding little bits around the centre now. I'm going quite concentrated. I want it to stand out a bit more than it was. There you go, so got that one. I might actually go in with the brown on that. I think it could look quite nice without it. I don't know, I'm going over my black lines, I'm getting impatient now. I've done it once. See, this is the problem with me doing 3 ATCs that are similar, because I can never, everything, I always end up changing stuff as I go along. I can't batch make. I'm rubbish at batch making, because the first one and the last one look nothing alike. Even in a set of 4, the first one and last one, nope. It's like when we used to do TV, it's like, right, they'd want to show what we were going to make. It's like, yeah, not going to happen, because I'm making it as I go along. I've got an idea, and we'll go from there. Because I can guarantee if I show you what I plan to make, it'll look nothing like the finished article. Because I get carried away. Need a bit of water on this one. You can see I went darker, didn't I, with my yellow as I went through. Nothing is difficult about. I'm just splatting on my colour like I was doing on Monday. Splat that colour on. I'm going to leave them like that. Got paint everywhere, haven't I? And there we go. So, you can kind of see where we're going with these. I'm going to cut them out in a minute. I'm going to leave them to dry for a second. So, we're going to turn our attention, before we stick anything on the front, we're going to turn our attention to the back. I'm not going to put them in there because I've just wiped it. So, I'm going to grab these. So, what you'll notice on the back, what details do you need? Well, first of all, you need your name, date, and like this, Susan, she's showed us that she's used squeezed lemonade distress ink to make that one. So what's Tracy put on the back of hers? She's given it a name and a date and some of the techniques she's used. We do some stamps to go on the back of them, so it gives you a chance to put a title in, a date, and who the artist was, so Rosie in that case. Again, that one's just got the name on, but that's fine too. So key thing is pop your name on it. Yep, especially in our swap, pop your name on it so you don't end up with one of your own coming back to you. And then if you want to put a title on there, you can. Put the date on, because it's always nice to look back. Because it made me smile, didn't it, going through these. I had one from 2017. Sian's used her personalised stamp on there and just told what she's done it for. And this is 3 of 3. And the date. Again, that's another one. Ooh, don't go on the table, it's a little bit wet. This is another of our artist trading card ones. So she's given it a title, it's got a date on there and her name. Sue's just written it on hers. And then there's one of Mum's with that other one. What I have done, and I have been asked for this a few times, so what I've been playing with this week is I've actually created, if I can find it, my very own personalised one. So all I have to do is basically pop a name on, not a name on, a date on. But literally it's hot off the press. You can see these are the ones we were trialling. So we've got a couple of new personalised stamps coming out. You can see the back on that one's not right at all. I'm not quite sure where we've gone wrong with that one, but we know they work. I just need to tweak the back a little bit. Let me grab this one. And you could decorate the back as well if you wanted to. or if you just want to get it stamped. So on mine I've got created by me, I've got my date, which I will write on in a minute, and then I've got check me out at, and so I've got my details as well, so at Crafty Roo Designs and craftyredesigns.com. So we have got our details on there as well. So if you've got a blog or a Insta account or something like that, we can pop them on. Looking for my black ink. You could tell I'd lost my black ink then. I was like, where's that gone? I've not stamped this one yet, so I'm being very brave. But that bottom writing will turn out. It should do. It's literally, like I say, hot off the press. We were trialling them. Because Mr. Roo's got a bit of a backlog going on at the moment. Because, well, I was a little bit busy over the summer. I always fall behind over the summer. And then we play catch up. There we go. I can't remember if I put that the right way up. I did. Oof. There's that one stamped. Ooh, excuse my rumbly tumbly. It's having a right grumble then, wasn't it? It's not a monster. It is a grumbly tumbly. There we go. It's quite impressive, that one. I'll pop this one on again. So again, I'm cheating because now all I need to do is pop the date on. And that's the back of my ATC done. We do have quite a few different designs as well if you don't fancy a personalised one. I couldn't work out which way that was, up and down then. I did find a very, very old design of a personalised stamp as well, of a ATC one that we did years ago. The first time we did monthly makes, which we're talking like 2017, 2018. And I forgot we had it. There we go. Last one. It's a bit like a production line, isn't it? Oh, it's going again. I have to go and feed that monster. I have to feed the monster in my belly. The original ones, the ones that aren't personalised, are on the website. The personalised one isn't yet because I had to make sure it worked, and it does. So that will be on there this afternoon. There we go. Let me see. I did bring the other ones out, so there it is. It's not going to be the best. So that's one's a plain one. I'll stamp it and show you that one as well. There's that one, and there is another one. There's a fancy one that I haven't got in front of me. But we'll be making them all personalised as well if you want that. So this one's got a bit of distressing on it as well. Oh, excuse me. Again, Angelina Fibres. I disturbed that drawer. I'm not going to get away from it for a while, am I? I might have to do some Angelina Fibres. Just so I've got a good reason whilst it's everywhere. There you go. So that's the other one we've got. Get a bit of distressing on there as well. I managed to get ink everywhere on that. But yeah, but if you've not got a stamp, don't worry, you could just put your name on the back and you'll be good to go. So where's my pen gone? So before I stick anything on the front, it's the 13th today, isn't it? Oh, so sorry, my tumbly is very grumbly. I don't know whether you can hear it. I hope you can, because it's really going for it. It does sound like a monster's about to eat you. There we go. Right, so I've popped that on there. And we can get back to the fronts now. Yes, please, demo Angelina fibres. We will. Not today. Because I need to find my iron. Or I could get the Angelina Fibres Queen to do it for us. The lovely Claire Horner. She is just wonderful when it comes to Angelina Fibres. So I am just cutting these out. Again, I am using oh, you can't hear me at all. Oh, sorry. Let me see if that's any better. There you go. I've turned it up slightly. I've just deafened everybody a bit. But at least you can't hear the grumbly tumbly, so you know that is a benefit. Bang on cue it went again. Let's go and feed it, I think. So I'm just going to cut this out. To be fair, I don't know why it was that low. I have been trying to play and get some like a bit of theme music whilst you're waiting for me to rock up. But every time I think I'm there, it's like, nope, don't like that. Right, so this is going to go on here. Like so, you can start to see how it is all coming together now. I think you can tell I'm having a bit of a play, let's see where we go with this. I've got my little words that I wanted to use. I don't know whether I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. We will see. I'm going to go with one of the words is autumn. How good is that? It's been a while since we've used these words as well. I just need a little slither of card for these. Ooh. Is that going to be too small, do you reckon? Yes, that's too small. There's using up scraps and then there's that tiny piece. Pop it in here. And I think we're going to get some doodling going as well. I've lost my black ink then. I'm going to stamp my autumn ink. Dink. Dink. Just like that. You can see I'm having a bit of a play. Now, I'm not sure if, can I find, yes it's there, bear with, because you know I love me dots, so if I can find my dotty stamp, we will go with that. It should be in my box. Big box of tricks, or textures in this case. Rude, it's not there. Well, it might be there, I'm just going too fast, I think. My squiggles, I've got my lines, I've got my distressed. Ah! There it is, and there's a stamp in it. Oof. I should put the lottery on, shouldn't I now? I found a stamp with the packaging with the stamp. Definitely need to go and put a lottery ticket on. So these are the little dotties that are in the background of our stamp, and the decision now is, do I A or B? I'm going to go for, I was thinking colours then, I'm going to go for my black, only because I think it'll show up really well. And the best bit is we don't even have to worry, because ink we're sticking it over the top our, I was going to say our flower, not a flower, it's a leaf. Turn that way, lady. There you go, I bet you heard that one. I have to go and get something to eat. There you go, so when I pop that back over the top, yeah, let me quickly just have a bit of a play with these. Oh, naughty me, I didn't ink up then, sorry. Yeah, it just needed something, didn't it, to bring out those dots a bit better, because we've got all those lovely bits, just not quite enough. I think I'm doing more dots every ATC. There we go, right, I'm going to do that. See, part of me now doesn't want to finish them off, because if you're part of the swap, you'll get to see what they ended up like, won't you? Well, if you get one of mine. So that's going to go on there like so, with a little bit of, I'm not going to finish them all off, I'm just going to do one ish, and then if you do join in our swaps, you will see how it goes, how it ended up even. That sounds like a cheat, doesn't it? But it is lovely when we have lots and lots of people doing our swaps. And everybody's welcome, everybody in the UK is welcome. International gets a bit too much with postage, because postage is going up. Just remember, when you do your swaps, self-addressed envelope, otherwise I don't know where to post them. And make sure you put a stamp on there. Make sure it's a large one as well, because if, like me, you've ended up putting a couple of layers on, it might be a bit too fat for normal post, and then you end up with a fine of £1.50, which is always a squiz. Then I'm starting to like that. I might no, I'm not going to tell you what I might do. I'm going to leave it like that. If I can find, there we go. I'm going to grab my little autumns, because I'm not going to put these in the guillotine, because well, I'll probably lose a finger. I know what I'm like putting these out. I'm just going to grab my little autumn, dink dink dink, all the way around. Bit of tape. I was going to say, how come I've got writing on the back? It's because I showed you what that stamp looked like. Oh, I nearly lost an autumn then on the floor. That's the only downside with ATC, because you're working small. With my big sausage fingers, it can get a bit too much. I had one thing to cut and I didn't even cut it right. I might even change my mind. I might do. You can see I'm already thinking, oh, I'll do that different on my next one. Just a little bit of doodling around the edge. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Autumn's going to go somewhere down here, and we do need a bit of a squiggle. And what I'm going to do is just write on it. I don't know why I look for the date then. 2023. So we know it is 2023. I'll grab a little bit of red tape. I won't say it's the best ATC in the world, but I've had fun making it. It's in our autumn theme. Hopefully it shows you how quick you can be, or if you've got more time, take your time. Really go for it. Showcase your talents. If you've got a new technique you've been wanting to try out, go for it. Because I'm sure you'll get other people asking, how did you do that? And everybody's welcome to join it. So if you want to join our ATC swap, excuse me, head on over to Crafty Roo. I was trying to be cheat and quickly cut another leaf out. Because actually they're not going to take that much longer, are they, to finish off? Just like that. Just remember, self-addressed envelope so we know where to send your swaps back to. And make sure it's a large letter stamp on your envelope. Otherwise, you might end up with a £1.50 fine. And there you go. See, that one didn't take that long to do, did it? Oops. Go for it. What I'm thinking is, I like that one. But what I might do is change it up a little bit. See, this is where I can never ever ever do. Oh, I didn't do my little white dots, did I? Silly Billy. But yeah, a lot easier to do if I didn't have bits to jump around. See, now I want to go in and do a little bit of shading and stuff on it. Nope. See, I could just stamp autumn there. I'm so tempted. We've got two that are going to be similar. Both got really bad cutting out on them. There you go. So what's it been? An hour and a bit. An hour and a bit. I can't see my timer there. 1 hour, 2 minutes. And I did loads of chatting at the beginning. There we go. Let's get... And if I kept my pens where I could find them, I'd be a lot quicker, wouldn't I? Oops. You'll notice I'm not going through my black dots. I'm only doing this because if I don't, I will do them all different. So if I don't do them while you guys are watching me, they'll all end up different. I don't. Yeah. It is fun, isn't it, doing the swabs they've got? I find doing tiny pieces harder because I've got so much I want to do. And it should, in theory, just be scaled down. But you put as much work into one of these little pieces as you would a full-blown card. So I know if I was doing this as a card, oops, fingers and thumbs again. I shouldn't rush, should I? Yep, there's 2. Put 2023 on that one. Autumn 2023. Okay. Leave that one there. I'm going to do it. We are going to do it. And we will look at doing some Angelina fibres. Might not be next week. But we will look. And hopefully if we've moved to the earlier time during the day, we'll be able to do some bigger projects over the next few weeks. Because I won't be sat here yawning. You might get a grumbly tumbly, but you won't get me sat here yawning my head off. Because I do get tired, and everyone knows I get a bit grouchy when I'm tired. I'll get some bigger projects. I've got a few ideas I want to do before Christmas for Christmas ideas, for Christmas gifts as well. So more details on that. And I know I need to share craft along details as well. I've not done that yet either. I told you, I'm way behind. But we are in Birmingham this week, so if you're anywhere near Birmingham, near the Motorcycle Museum, do come along and say hello. We're going to be doing ATCs. I know I've got ATCs on the brain at the moment. And that's what we're going to be doing at Birmingham. We were going to do spooky, but then I've decided we're going to do ATCs. There might be spooky ATCs. You never know. We're definitely going to be doing ATCs. Oops. There we go. And I'm hoping if people make 2, we can swap them there and then. Dawn's supposed to be working. I know during the day is not ideal for everybody, but I also know a lot of people catch up when they're free, so it's not like they're going anywhere. They'll always be on either YouTube or Facebook for you to scroll back through whenever you have got the time to sit and watch. I know one lady, she kind of banks up all the videos and then just sits there and watches. All in one go. I said she's a glutton for punishment, me and my dulcet tones, for an hour, a couple of hours at a time. Oof. Especially when I'm croaky. There we go, nearly there. See, I told you I can't do batch making. My head's going, I want to do something different. There's that one. White pen. It's because I'm not organised. Look at the state of this cutting out. Oh. But we've had a chat about ATCs. If you were on the fence about joining our swap, I hope I've encouraged you to give it a whirl. We normally do a bit of a freebie with it as well. So if you send in your ATCs, we normally send a stamp out with it. It's only a tiddler. Oh, still a stamp. Try and make them useful as well. There we go, right, I've done all my dotting. Put you on here. Oops. So we normally say if you want to do 3 ATCs, that's fine. And if you want to do more, that's fine too. And then just send them in. I think I've said the 30th of September. I'm pretty sure it's the 30th of September. I should have looked before. So you've still got a couple of weeks to get yours in if you're wanting to join the swap this month. And then they get all swapped up and you end up with some very happy post. Because I don't know about you, I don't get that much happy post these days. So it's always nice to get some happy post through and you get to see some wonderful creations. Oops. Again, worst cutting out ever and worst sticking now. I'm going to make this one really look like it was meant to be cut wrong. There we go. That one was meant to be cut wrong. I did that on purpose. And I'm itching to go round my leaves and put a white border on them. But I haven't. Just so they stand out a little bit more. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. It's the final one. We need like the countdown music, don't we? Da-dun, da-dun, that one. So I've done something super simple for mine. If you want to go into spend more time on yours, go for it. Like I say, the world is your oyster. And you do as much or as little as you want on them. One. That one can go there. That one can go there. Oh, I did have something else to show you as well, didn't I? Because I'll be adding some more stamps to the website as well this afternoon. There we go. Nearly there, nearly there. They do look lovely in an album, and it's really important, isn't it, if you're popping them in an album. Like, you'd have to trim mine down because I'm overlapping ever so slightly. So it is a good idea to try and keep close to the edges and not like double its size. I've got 23 on that one. No, I didn't. That's rude, isn't it? There we go. Let me just stick this last one on, and then I will show you something. I've not done any doodling on that. Oh, that tape didn't go anywhere near. Okay, last one. It's going to bug me now looking at how bad I've cut some of these out. They're definitely not perfect. They're definitely not my best work, but that's off my stamp. Don't want to throw that bit away, do I? I'm just trying to make some space so I can show you. Oh, except for I've not got a bin. I did have a bin, but Mr. Roo's come in and emptied it for me. That was nice of him. Pop it over there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically I've made them out of an A4 piece of card, haven't I? Because we use the extra for our bits and bobs. And on the back I've just put my name, the date, and where you can check it out. So there you go. I did say really quickly, I'll show you some sneaky peeks of what we've got coming onto the website this afternoon. Let's move them out of the way. If you want to join the swap, head on over to the Crafty Roos group, and all the details are in there. I'm pretty sure they are pinned at the top of the page. So Halloween makes. We've got a couple of new stamp sets coming out. We have got our pumpkin pals, our patchwork pals. I can't remember which one I've called them. Might be patchwork pals. Might be patchwork pumpkins actually. And in the set you get a pumpkin bat, you get a pumpkin spider, and you get some patchwork pumpkins. You can see I've cheated and used this month's monthly make in the back of that one. And we've also got some sayings coming out as well. So we've got some word ribbons coming out. So it says trick or treat, happy Halloween, spooktacular, happy hauntings. I think it's witchy wishes. Let me just check. Witchy wishes, spooktacular, trick or treat, happy hauntings, and happy Halloween on those sayings. And then as you can see as well, we have got, if I can just hold that up there, we have also got a Halloween word art coming out as well. So check out the website for those this afternoon. I will be sharing them. But I do love that one now. I didn't like that one when I first made it, but I do like it now. It looks pretty cool. I think it's because it's on blue. Yep, so you get a pumpkin, you get your spider, and then you get 2 little patchwork pumpkins in the set. And then you've got your word ribbons, your Halloween word ribbons even. I've got tape on my finger. And you also get, you've also got a Halloween word art, which is actually quite big compared to the other ones. There it is. So it is a big size. Again, red tape everywhere. It's almost like Angela even Fibres, isn't it? It just goes everywhere. So watch out for them. I'll be sharing those this afternoon, but you've had a quick sneaky peek. And of course that wonderful bubbles in background on that one. I told you you're going to be seeing loads and loads of that. So yeah, they're coming up this afternoon. And don't forget, if you red tape, you have got little ATCs in our group. So I'm going to stop now. There we go. Let me find the right button. There you go. So thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you've had fun with that. ATCs are wonderful. Come and join the hour swap we've got going on in the group. I know for those of you that join us on YouTube, I'll have to find a way that you guys can get involved as well. So watch out for that. We've got a couple of new personalised stamps designs coming out. We have got our Halloweeny ones coming out. And we've got that ATCs, personalised ATCs. I know a few of you have been asking for that, so I have finally got around to doing it. So there will be a few, I was going to say generic personalised stamps. That doesn't sound right, does it? There'll be a few templates for your personalised ATCs. But of course, we can change it. We can do whatever you want with them. Just let us know what you want to put on yours. So, there we go. When are we back? We're at Birmingham Saturday. If you're coming to join us, do come and say hello. Make and takes will be ATCs. I'm going ATC crazy this week, aren't I? Will be ATCs on Saturday. And then we'll be back Monday night at 7 o'clock as always, for some more monthly make fun with our new leaf. I was trying to find one with the new one. I'm just going to pick one out at random. Oh, that's not a very good one because it hasn't got them all on. That one. So Multi-Make Monday will be working on this new set for September. So I hope you can join me then. Thanks for joining me this morning. I hope you've had fun. Hope I've inspired you to have a go at ATCs if you haven't, or to come join our swap over in the Crafty Roos. So do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.